What's up, my beautiful, diverse American people? It's me, the good JD, George Delata. I'm back on this 2:48 a.m. wake up pattern. Um, it's been happening for a while. It stops and it goes, but it's been happening again, and it's been happening again for the past few days. And this morning, I again wake up 2:48 a.m. Uh, Short time after, by the time I turn on the TV, first thing I see is that we're at war. The Republicans love war. I've said that all along. Um, the peace president, if you are a peace president, the first thing he would have done was rename the Defense Department to the Department of Peace. That would have sent a message that we want peace. But that's not what they did. They renamed it the Department of War. Why? Because they love war. And they plan to wage war. So that's where we're at. Iran has weapons of mass destruction, fantasies, ideas, aspirations. So Iraq had weapons of mass destructions, and we had to stop it. Iran wants weapons of mass destruction, so we have to go in and we have to destroy them. Because we are predator America. Because we can. We are going to impose our will on the world. Now, Iran is not a good country. It is a country that was taken over by religious zealots, criminals, who run the country based on a book of stories, of fables that kind of sounds familiar when a nation puts a book of fantasies, of parables, of phrases, of ideologies over governance for the benefit of the people. That's what happened in Iran. A religious government took over and it's imposed its will on the people. Sound familiar? So Iran cannot have weapons of mass destruction. It's the same thing. So I don't know, because obviously this is not a typical American presidency. This is an autocratic fascist regime that doesn't do things the way our nation usually does. When we're at war and Americans begin to die, which they will, they already announced it. Oh, it's terrible. The Americans are going to die for their profits because, again, remember, oil is at the core of what Iran is all about. They usually have on the news mediums, they'll run lists of the names of the troops, of the soldiers that lose their lives during these military wars. We're probably not going to see that. We're probably not going to see the casualties, the toll of this next generation of young Americans that will die for the profit of Israel, of a handful, because we have to protect Israel. That's the biggest thing here. We have to protect Israel because, number one, the little book says it. And number two, we have a big investment in Israel. We pay for their defense. We pay for their universal health care that we don't have. Israelis have it. We pay for that. So we have to protect that investment. War. War is what it's all about. He said it, and if you search the video, that he loves war. He loves war. This is a warmonger who went to military school because he didn't have the balls to go into the real military, just military school. So don't be confused or think that there's anything noble about what they're doing. This is beta boy bitch barking predator, the same attitude that rapes children, being used at a governance level. It's the same predator. Predator in chief is being a predator. Is making us now a predatory nation. Because look, if this were about peace and about really stopping Iran, they would have assembled a coalition with all those countries that are now being bombed by Iran to stir the pot even more, because Iran, like I said, is not a good nation. There should have been a coalition to go into Iran with all those nations together to protect their region, not us go in there as daddy, because we are the predators who have the power to impose our will over children, over innocent people, because the Iranian people are beautiful people. I've had friends who are from Iran, people that I call friends. So it's not about the people. It's about the religious governance that was imposed on the Iranian people after this, because it was an American-backed Shah of Iran that the Iranian people got tired of their beta boy bitch abuses. So that's what brought on the religious takeover of a beautiful nation, of a beautiful people. So, war, it's what it's all about. You are going to see, you might not see it, but a generation of young Americans will die for these beta boy bitches, for the Department of War, because they want war. They love war. And if they get oil during the war, even better. Beta boy bitch predators at the governance level is what you're seeing. It's the same attitude that overwhelms and attacks the child. That's the same predator that says, because we are powerful, we're going to use it to impose our will. That's the predator. That's the predator America that they want us to become. And that's not peace. That peace through war is just war. Period. And your sons and daughters will die. So congratulations to the Republicans. You got what you wanted. You're getting war. Now there's a region, a 3,000-mile swath of war, because Afghanistan and Pakistan are at war officially. So all the way through, from India all the way across the region, there are wars now. Iran is bombing all the nations around him where we have bases, which should have been part of a coalition, so that wouldn't have happened. and had a full throttle effect if that was the mission, but you're dealing with morons. You're dealing with barking beta boy bitch morons who, the past few days, blew up a border protection vehicle with one of the drones, with a laser drone. They blew with a laser. They blew up a protection, one of our own drones. They had to shut down airports. They thought there were UFOs. They had to shut down a base. It was a damn balloon. You're dealing with idiots. We have morons. You chose morons. And your sons and daughters will die. A generation of young Americans will die for these beta boy bitch barking morons who are like playing war. Because he said it. He loves war. God bless you. God bless the American people. Please, Lord, protect our troops. Protect these young people who are being led into fire, led into horrible, horrible conditions based on ignorance and hatred and greed. We were the forces that came to protect the world, not the one to be a predator to the world. That's a huge shift. It's a huge difference. So I say we're in a bizarro world right now. So, we're at war. Iran cannot have weapons of mass destruction. Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. We need to go kill them. Same thing. The same thing, framed a little different, flowered a little different. Bottom line is, a generation of young Americans will die. There will be chaos throughout that region for decades. Because there's no plan. It's just about destroying. It's about using the toys against humanity. Because we're beta boy barking bitches. Bark, bark, bark! A coalition of nations would have been the right move. Not go on pissing because we can do it. We are the predators. We can impose our will. Beta boy bitch barking and ignorance. Enough of that stupid shit. We're in deep shit. This is going to cost billions. It's going to cost lives. And it's going to just make us more isolated and seen as the predators that our leadership loves. A sexual predator will commit sexual predatory crimes. We're seeing it. We're seeing a predator being a predator. Doesn't matter if it's a child, a country, a woman, a business, a nonprofit, a charity. It doesn't matter. It's about being that predator, that rapist, that pedophile in governance of beta boy bitches. We deserve better. The American people deserve better. We, the people, deserve better. The world deserves better, obviously, than ignorance and hatred. And that this religious mumbo jumbo that the founding fathers had wanted no part of. No part of they wanted. Because they knew Iran is the product of religious governance. That's what happens. And we're following those same steps. Different book, but the same religious mumbo jumbo. And I'm not an atheist. I believe in God. I pray every day. I'm a Catholic. I was baptized. I did my first communion. So I believe in God. God has been present in my life every single day through goodness, because that's where God shows, through your actions, through the type of man that you are, through the type of person that you are. Because I said it in previous videos. My grandfather would say, el hombre justo nunca tiene que pedir perdón. That was his big lesson. And that translates to the just man never has to ask for forgiveness. And it's not because you do whatever the fuck you want and be a predator. It's because you act in a just way. Justo. Just. And there's nothing just about imposing your will because you have the power. That's called being a predator, a rapist, a pedophile. And it shows. The track record is there. And we're seeing it now put into the motion of governance, predatory governance of beta boy bitches. So we got to get through it. We got to get through it. We have C-squirts in Congress with no cojones whatsoever. And the rest have been bought and paid for because, he said money is great. Money is wonderful. Because they're all bought and paid for, from the SCOTUS to the Congress to the Senate to every little court down the line. They are buying and putting in their own people, their own criminal syndicate of cowards, traitors, and racist beta boy bitches. Because they know that the American people don't want any of this shit. We just want to be free. We just want to live our lives in freedom. That's it. That's the only thing the fucking founding fathers ever fucking wanted, was freedom. They took on the biggest army on the planet of beta boy bitches, by the way, because they wanted freedom and built this nation solely on freedom. They didn't want a ruling class. They didn't want a government of elites. They wanted a nation by the people and for the people. And that's not what we have right now. Enough of that shit. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to those young men and women who are going to lose their lives under the guise of freedom. It's just predatory ignorance being imposed. And we deserve better. God bless you. I love you. I love the American people. Like I said, God bless our troops. Protect them. Put a cone of protection on these young men and women who love their country and will do whatever they're told to do to protect their country. Sadly, right now, they're being led by malevolent people, by beta boy barking bitches, cowards, insecure little nothings that stole an election because Elon knew the counting machines. And there's no cojones to do anything about it. So we need one of us. Nobody in Washington, nobody has the cojones. There's a couple of ladies that have more cojones than anybody. Those I exempt from this assessment of no cojones. Those handful of amazingly beautiful, talented, alpha young women. They know who they are. And the social media warriors of every color, of every background, of every beautiful, diverse American melting pot who has been out there expressing our freedom and letting the world know that this is not us. This is not the American people. What you are witnessing right now is history will see as a huge mistake. History will judge as malevolence imposed on the world. But we will fix it. We'll fix it. Our country is resilient, and we will get through this and become better, because this time we're going to end racism. This time we're not going to let it fester and stay under in quiet tones. We're going to be loud. We're going to blow that bitch up, because your history is the history we're making together, you stupid motherfuckers. This is our history. Together, protecting our nation from fascists. That is our history. That is the white history. That is the diverse history of the American people. Latino, white, black, all of us together. The world together, the melting pot that we were proud to call ourselves, is our history. And is something to be proud of. You dumb fucks. Not the racist, ignorant, divisive, Christian bullshit you've been weaponized with. We the people. We're in a black hole. We need to get out of this black hole of ignorance and hatred, and we'll overcome. God bless you. I'm George DeLara, the good JD. We need a president that's one of us. It doesn't have to be me, it could be you. Say it again, a single mom that raised 3 kids on her own successfully despite her moron idiot husband. That's leadership. That's overcoming. That's working with small budgets to keep everybody fed, everybody happy, everybody healthy. That's leadership. And that's the only job of a president. To make the lives better of all its residents, of all its people. All its people. Not a handful, not the ones that vote for you, not the ones that look like you, not the ones you select, not the ones that pray like you. All the people. And that's what we don't have. God bless you. We the people, crazy and impossible, share it. The oligarch ain't gonna do it. You'll see this will get 1 or 2 views. They shut this down. They don't want freedom spoken. It's up to you. God bless you.